Welcome back, Portal Masters. SCL Matt here with another Saturday of auctions. What, our third, I think? Yeah, third official week, not including our initial testing that we did. So, yeah, here I am. Are you here? We'll find out. Yeah. This is the stream where I haven't quite figured out what to do yet. I'm working on that. I have some ideas actually rolling around. I haven't really gotten them put into place for today. But yeah, Spartan, welcome. What's today? Today is Saturday. I know, I'm sure that's not what you're asking. But no, this is just what I when I come and show up for the last 2 hours of the auctions. So we can sit down, kind of watch them together. If people have questions about how the auctions work or um, about any of the items specifically, I mean, if we're talking about quality of the item, condition of the item, what is the item? I know we have that midnight moon dragon up there today again. That I mean, it's not Skylanders. It's not even Toys to Life. It's not video game related as far as I know. So yeah, if people have questions about that stuff, I'm here to answer them. I figure um, make myself available to people and see what goes on. If not, I'm just here to chat, talk about Skylanders, whatever. Wolf Shadow, welcome. But yeah, this is a kind of random stream at this point. And like the first couple weeks, it really made sense when auctions were new and people had more questions about how they worked. And hopefully, I mean, over time, we'll get more people involved with the auctions, and so more people may have questions about stuff. But um, Sevenfold, welcome. So, how many Skylanders are in the mystery box? So, there's no guarantee on how many are in the mystery box. The only guarantee I'm giving about the mystery box is that it has a minimum of $50 worth of value, um, based on the prices in the SCL shop. Does that make sense? So I made a list of items and I listed their price in the shop, and it has to total at least $50. Um, I mean, let's be honest, it's going to be close to $50. I think this week I have a list of about like $52, $53, something like that. But the other thing is like I haven't taken the items out of inventory yet. So like if one of those items sells out um before I actually package it up, well, that means I'll be replacing it with something else. And that's part of the reason, like, I'm not going to tell you. Like, it's a mystery. It's going to be a surprise every week. Some weeks it will be, it could be $5, $10 items. Other weeks it could be 25, $2 items. I mean, generally speaking, it's going to be a mixture of that. It's not going to, I won't usually push it to the extremes. But there will be some higher dollar pieces and some lower dollar pieces. And I mean, ultimately, it's going to be a way for me to get rid of some common stuff, but also try to offer a few surprises. So, happy Pioneer Day. I'm not familiar with this. 24th of July is a big deal in Utah, maybe even bigger than Christmas. Wow. Yeah, I am not familiar with that one, Stalwart Team. Well, happy Pioneer Day. Is it a specific pioneer or just pioneers in general, or like is there a person you're celebrating, or was there a specific event that happened on the 24th that is that when people theoretically first arrived in Utah, or pioneers first arrived in Utah, or I now you got me curious. Um, New box crankcase is $50. Oof. Yeah, I wouldn't pay 50 bucks for like even if you want a new unbox collection, $50 seems high to me. Because I think out of box, he's relatively common, 10, 15 bucks, I think. Maybe 20. I think it's cheaper than on my site. Um, so inbox, maybe 20, 25 or something. Like I wouldn't pay 50 for new inbox crankcase. Sevenfold. Uh, as much as I've thought about doing that, like, not only would that be a pain to ship, like a whole box full of tree Rex, but it wouldn't be very nice. Like maybe if we roll around to April and I have a special like April Fool's mystery box, like that would be the time I think to say, "Hey, congratulations, you got 50 tree Rex." Because that's the thing too. It's like I'm guaranteeing $50 worth of um, stuff. So like I don't even have 50 tree Rex right now. Well, okay, if you're saying half of it, yeah. But man, thing is, I don't know if I should take my chance on McKay's or your mystery box. Well, Shadow, I can't tell you what to do. Um, I'm gonna try to make the mystery boxes exciting and good and not just tree Rex, right? Um, like if that happens once and someone posts it online, it's like, well, who's gonna buy the next box if they think I'm just gonna fill it with tree Rex? I mean, if I fill it with tree Rex, then I'll be out of tree Rex and I won't be able to put it in the next box, I guess. But then I could fill the next box with stealth elf, right? Right. um, yeah, I don't know. It's probably a big deal for Utah because the pioneers that first came here founded Salt Lake City. Okay. Yeah, I think I've only ever met one person who grew up in Utah, and like I just went to school with him for like 9 months, so I didn't really learn that much about the history of Utah. Fun fact: I almost moved there once, though. There was a time before Skylanders, actually, back in the early 2000s. That sounds so weird to say. Back in the early 2000s, um, when I I had gone to school for band instrument repair, and I met someone. It was the girl at school, um, and she was from Utah, and we were gonna go. Her parents had some money that they were gonna give us to open up our own repair shop, but we had to do it down in Utah if we were gonna do it. But long story short, things didn't work out. Um, Her parents had to use the money for water rights, which is a thing out west. Um, and so unfortunately, yeah, that didn't happen. But that also means I didn't move to Utah. I suppose if I would have moved to Utah, I probably would have found out about what was it, Pioneer Days? Pioneer Day? Yeah, Pioneer Day. But that did not happen. What's going on with the Pikachu amiibo? Because it says 650 on the auction page. When you go to the individual page, it says 350. Interesting. So this is something I'm still struggling with, and I might have to hire someone to investigate and see if it's something on my end that I'm doing, or if it's just eh, a weird caching thing that's going to happen um, for a site that's not eBay. So you basically the higher price is always going to be right, and like if you tried to place a bid, it would probably yell at you and then probably correct the problem. Um, but yeah, it has something to do with it something is caching on the auction page apparently, and so it doesn't have the correct information anymore. That'll happen sometimes with the timer too. Because yeah, I can see it here. It is at 650 right now. Um, there's been a few people bidding on that one. So quick rundown, just to see. The mystery box is currently at 2050. The two lots of Skylanders cards are each at $1. I don't think any of the damaged figures have um, bids yet this week. That's kind of unfortunate. The Pikachu amiibo is at 650. The two Disney Infinity play discs, the disc, the Tropical Rescue and the Forest Siege are each at $1. Stitch, the figure, is at $1. Pumpkin Eyebrow getting some love. He didn't get any bids last week, and now he has 3 bids already, and he's up to 1150. So that's great to see, and that's why I always list things for a second week if they don't sell the first week, um, because it you just never know who is going to be available one week or interested one week or have money to spend one week or whatever. So sevenfold, that's interesting. Okay, it did fix itself somehow. I'm glad to see that. I can guarantee you, because I ran into this problem last week when some of the bids weren't working quite right, but I've been watching them very closely this week, and the bids are working as I expect them to. So, um, yeah, I don't know why that happened for you, but I can tell you, here, I'm gonna open up my second window so I can keep track of this closer. Um, but yeah, I can watch this on the back end here, and I can see that. Come on, load a little bit faster. Do, 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 do. All right. So what were we talking about? We are talking about Pikachu here. Um, yeah. So sevenfold. I can see your bids here. There's definitely someone else bidding against you. Um, I'm not gonna spoil names unless they want to jump on here and say who it is. But yeah, there it is not. The system is not malfunctioning in that respect. The amount of the bids is correct. I guarantee that. Trap Shadow, Trigger Snappy, and Sonic Boom say they're coming on time. Yeah, it's coming day after tomorrow. So like Monday. Yeah, yeah. Today's Saturday, right? It's auction day. It's Saturday. Yeah, so Monday. Yeah, awesome. Glad to hear it. Gamers on a road trip. Where are you headed? I mean, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to, but um, that'd be interesting. Sorry, Spartan. I totally missed this. Um, but yes, technically, a $50 figure could appear in a mystery box. Now, I don't think I have any $50 figures in the shop right now. That was something that someone asked on Twitter. Like, are all these figures things that have been unboxed on the stream? And the answer is yes. The what I'm putting into the mystery box is I'm taking it from the inventory of the shop. So it's not going to be anything you haven't seen, and it's gonna all going to be stuff that's currently available in the shop. Um, so if that helps you or hurts, I don't know, but yes. So technically, yes. I maybe some week if I do have an extra $50 figure, that could be the mystery box. Now, I would feel a little bit bad just giving you 1 figure, so I'd probably throw in a few cheap ones along with it, so it wouldn't ever just be just that one, but like I said, I promise a minimum of $50 value, and that's based on the prices in my shop. So, I hope that helps. You're just gonna keep the auctions up for the following weeks if they don't sell, or are you gonna give them up after a while? Um, so yeah, like, it's hard to say at this point. So I will keep them up at least for 1 week, probably at least 2 weeks, and maybe I'll call it after, like, a month of something being listed and not selling. I might replace it with something else. Um, I know so far we've had pretty good, like, we're only 2 weeks in. This is the 3rd week. Uh, I guess you could say the 4th week if you count the test run that we did. We actually sold some items there. Like, there was a bouncer, a damaged bouncer figure that I had in the test run. It didn't sell during the test. It didn't sell during week 1, but it did sell during week 2. So, that's what I'm saying, like, everything has sold basically within 2 to 3 weeks so far. So, like, I've had good luck in that respect. Um, but I could see some of these items, especially the damaged items that may not be popular, they may not be high value characters and or very popular characters or just like Snapshot. I have dozens of them and a bunch of them are broken. And so, yeah, I might not be able to sell them, but I'll leave them listed for a couple weeks in case someone wants a cheap snapshot for some reason or wants to do some custom work or something like that, or just wants some parts to play with. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I will leave things up for a few weeks, back to back to back. But yeah, if I see they're just constantly not selling, yeah, I'll replace it with other stuff. I'll take it down and put new stuff up. So sevenfold, yes, it's not a perfect system yet. I understand that, but um, it's honestly worked better than I anticipated, and so I'm pretty happy about it. So we'll see. The last thing you were told was it's in Wisconsin. Well, yeah, everything ships out of Wisconsin, Wolf Shadow. I'm a little surprised you didn't get more updates than that. Like you should have got probably got one. I don't know where I'm sending your stuff, um, but most stuff, like I said, hits the um, shipping center in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, um, within a day or two after I ship it. So usually at least get that update, and then from there, like that's a major hub. And so from there, it'll sometimes just go directly to the nearest big city by you and then to your house from there. So there could only be like 2 or 3 updates, but Star Wars team imagine the Tree Rex being in the mystery box. Well, it's possible. It's possible. It's a mystery box. And that's the other thing I'm going to try not to do is like even just throw in duplicates of figures. Like I want to give you a variety. I everything I've always done with this site, like said, from how I list the figures to how I ship the figures, it's always I always have it in my mind. It's like, how would I want someone to take care of my stuff? How would I want someone to ship my figures? And that's why I package things the way I do. Like if I received a box like that, I would be happy about it. Um, so yeah, with a mystery box, I would not be real happy with it if I bought a mystery box and it was just a bunch of tree Rex or half tree Rex and half stealth elf. Like that doesn't sound like fun to me. So I'm not going to do that to you. Um, kind of want to see what sells after the auction is over. A few things are being bid on, but there's a lot on the auction page. Yeah. Um, Yeah, I mean, in general, what I've the first 2 weeks I had more high dollar stuff, and so this is the first week I'm really trying to experiment and see, what happens when I on a more regular basis. Like this is gonna be what happens most weeks is I won't have a bunch of high dollar items to sell. And so like this week I have my damaged Skylanders as usual. I have plenty of them that'll last me months to get through if I sell like I tried to list about 10 of those a week. And then um we started listing the Disney Infinity this week. And it turns out I have way more than I thought I did. So we ended up listing about 10 pieces of Disney Infinity stuff. Um and then I have a few miscellaneous items like the Midnight Moon Dragon and the Pikachu amiibo. Um, those are things I just random pieces, one-off pieces that I got in lots, and I don't have a need for them, so I'm gonna see if somebody else wants them. But yeah, Jindigo, if you are interested in anything after the auctions, if it didn't sell and you're interested in it, let me know. I I make private sales all the time, so um, damaged items like that, just let me know if you're interested, or like I will happily ship stuff out. Yeah, April Fools would. I agree. Yes, yes, a legit box and an April Fool's box, and yeah, I I could definitely see that happening. What about damaged items in the mystery box? I, I I was actually thinking about this, and no, I don't put damaged items in the mystery box as part of the $50 value because, like I said, it's a $50 value based on the price I give them in the SCL shop. And since the damaged items aren't in the SCL shop, they don't have a value. So that doesn't count towards the total for the box. So what I have thought about is potentially including it, like when I package everything up, if there's still room in the box, I might toss in a few damaged items just to fill out the box a little bit. Um, but no, they will not count towards the $50 value. There always be $50 worth of value from the shop, and then maybe a few extra things that I have laying around. So we'll see we'll see how it goes. All right. Skylanders antibacterial bandages. I I'm telling you, they gave that license out to everybody back in the day. There is so much Skylanders merchandise out there. Like I don't even know everything that has Skylanders on it. That I mean, I haven't heard of that before. I suppose. Um, I mean, the one I always make fun of is like Skylander shampoo. I'm like, it's just shampoo, and they put a Skylanders label on it. At least like the bandages, like actually have Skylanders on the bandages, and that's something you can. I don't know. Um, they did so much stuff. Don't do the April Fool's box. Come on, come on. We're gonna have some fun with that. Quick question on Bushwhack. Oh, okay. Well, here, let me see if I'll grab it quick. And this is exactly why I want to do these live streams. So when people have questions. So this is Bushwhack, and he has this big giant axe here, and it's going to be a little hard to show. But like this little wobble here with the axe head, that should not happen, and it's happening because uh, it's right here, just above his hand. If you can see, there's kind of a crack or a line right here on the axe. That whitish line, it's actually a crack that's gone almost all the way through the handle. And so, I mean, that's the thing. Like this wobbles a little bit, and like I can see why. It's because it's technically broken, technically damaged. And so, like, I don't wanna sell that as new, as a, a standard used figure. So it's a very minor damage, but that's what it is. It's this is a little loose, and it if, if you were to come in and, like, punch this axe head, it would probably come off completely. So, it's not like it's still all intact right now if you're just looking at it, but one big jolt and that axe head is gone. So, um, yeah, that's the, damage with Bushwhack right now. Yes, exactly. Yeah, Wolf Shadow, you don't have to worry about not knowing. Like, I will clearly mark which one is the April Fool's box if I go that route. Um, that yeah, like I said, we'll probably do in April. We'll probably do one, or that the week of April Fool's, we'll probably do one regular box and one April Fool's box. Had a Skylanders spoon. See, like I said, I that actually seems like a fun collector's item though. That'd be fun to see. Wolf Shadow, if you have that, if you can, like, send me a picture on Twitter or something, I'd love to see that. Doulahan, welcome. Super Geomaster, welcome, welcome. Uh, Jindigo, no, I don't I don't really get a flood of offers. Um, I I I usually get one or two people. Like, there are a lot of people who talk a lot in the chat. No offense to anybody here, but there are a lot of folks that say, "Hey, yeah, I would totally buy that," or "I really want that," that may be true that they really want it, but very few people actually come to me privately and say, "Hey, what do you want for that?" Or, "Hey, I want to buy this. What's it going to cost?" Or, "Hey, I saw this didn't sell. What do you want for it?" Um, so like, yeah, I have made, yeah, one or two sales each week after the auctions. Um, and depending on the item, what the item is, or I mean, I'll tell you right now, some of the items, um, if people have already bought other auction items, or they bought, um, they put in another order with the shop and said, "Hey, I'd also be interested in that one damaged item." A lot of times, if there are no bids on it, I'll just toss it in their order as a free bonus. Like, if they're already buying from the shop, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go through the hassle of creating an invoice to charge you $1, and, like, because honestly, 35 cents of that dollar is going to go to PayPal, so I only get 65 cents. It's like, it's not worth the hassle at that point. But if you just want one item from the shop and you're not placing any other order, well, then I'm gonna have to charge you shipping, and so then it does make sense for me to collect from you. But yeah, so no, I don't get a flood of offers. I would love a flood of offers, honestly. But yeah, seriously, if you don't want to bid on the auctions, and you see stuff that after 8 o'clock Central Time, I'm assuming you're looking at 9 o'clock Eastern, um, that you're interested in, and they didn't get bids, please reach out. I mean, either email me or contact me on Twitter. Send me a DM on Twitter, twitter.com/SCL Matt. Um, that is the easiest place to get a hold of me. So we'll work something out. What happens then is, whatever items you want, I put them together on, like I can create orders on my end, and then just list you as the customer, and send it to your email address, and then there'll be a button in that email that says "Pay now," and you click on that, and it's just like paying through the shop. Everything still runs through the shop that way, so I can keep it all in one place. Ooh, sevenfold. I'm gonna have to write these ideas down somewhere. You guys come up with good ideas all the time. Where's my? Because that's exactly what it should be called. Like I could call the maybe even. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. I'm trying to take notes, and I have a bunch of ideas running through my head. So yeah, sorry. We'll set that aside, and I'll keep that in mind. Mr. Rock says a great idea. Yeah, thank you. It's something I've been thinking about for a while, and I didn't know how I wanted to pull it off. And then the auctions came about, and it's like, auctions might be a good way to do it. And yeah, exactly. I like anyone who needs a larger variety of figures. Like I think this is gonna be a great way to go about it. Um, I mean, obviously anyone is able to bid on it, but I figured the people who are more likely to bid on it is people who don't have as large of a collection, maybe. And that's the other thing. That's why I need to get word about these auctions out to more people, because I think there's a large portion of people out there who have smaller collections who could benefit from these, or who might be interested in the damaged figures because they don't care. They just want to play the game for cheap. So didn't know that I had the Pikachu amiibo. Well, when I don't remember when I unboxed that. That was a while ago. Say I must have missed that stream, but I had a few people during that stream, and even once or twice after, like mention, yeah, I'd be interested in that. But then they never reach out. They never contact me. That's what I'm saying. Like people are interested in it. I understand that. But sometimes it's not until I say, "Hey, here's a price," or "Hey, it's available now and it's going to be gone if you don't bid on it." Like people don't do anything about it. So now there's a sense of urgency. It's like, "Hey, the Pikachu amiibo is for sale. Get it now or it's going to be gone. Someone else is bidding on it." So, and who knows? Honestly, it's very possible that you'll get a better deal on it by bidding on it in this auction than I would have sold it to you in the first place. It's hard to say because I don't know when it'll go, or what price, what the final price on it will be. But um, it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. You wish the Pikachu were a Sky Amiibo? I honestly, yeah, a lot of the Pokemon would probably make decent Skylanders. They're very much in the same realm. Mystery boxes sound great until you end up with 10 girl grunts. So I was discussing this earlier. I'm not going to do that to you. I promise I'm not going to do that to you, because I always do things in a way. I try to put myself in your shoes and say, would I appreciate getting this? And if it's a box full of Gil Grunt, no. If it's a box full of Tree Rex, no. Box full of Stealth Elf, no. Like you may get one Gil Grunt or one Stealth Elf or one Tree Rex, but I'm not going to put duplicates. I'm not gonna just fill the box with one character. That's not what I'm gonna do. And like that's what we were discussing before, um, with the April Fool's box. Like in April, we may do something where we put up a legitimate box and an April Fool's box. And the April Fool's box now, that might be something silly like a box full of Tree Rex. But uh, yeah, no. On a regular basis, if I'm going to do this, I'm not going to stick people with 10 Gil grunts. No. If I get any more amiibo posted on Twitter, there's a high chance I'll go for them. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I have seen a few lots recently on eBay that have a handful of amiibo in them, and I always have to, like, do a double take and then go look them up and see what they're kind of valued at to see if it, because honestly, like, some of those just reselling the amiibo I know would be worth it sometimes, but yeah, it's Pikachu's the only amiibo I've come across so far, surprisingly. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that there hasn't been more, but yep, Jinnigo gotta make them put their money where their mouth is. It's true. Surprised any amiibo was included in a lot. I like this one in particular, I don't remember if I even saw it in the picture, if I overlooked it or if it just made it in there accidentally or what. Um, but it did. I mean, Pikachu though I feel is one of those more common ones too, and it's a character that anyone who's just a fan of video games knows and probably likes kind of, and so um, even if they're a fan of Skylanders and they didn't really get into Amiibo, but they still like Pikachu, they played Pokemon, so yeah, they got a Pikachu too. But then when it's time to let them go, it's like, well, all the figurines just went in one lot. There you go. Mewtwo as a Skylander, yeah, that would be something. Doulahan, why what is frustrating about it for you? Like trying to buy them, like trying to get them in stores, like you still have to pre-order things. Like, is that what it is, or um, what's frustrating about it for you? Just curious, legitimately curious. You're right, Sevenfold. I know you can kind of see who's bidding on stuff. So yeah, it has been. Well, here is it still unchanged? Is it still at 650? I haven't checked prices in a while. Um, yeah, it looks like everything's still pretty much the same since we last covered it. Yeah, which means still no bids on those damaged Skylanders. Sad day. See, like that's another good example of people not putting their money where their mouth is. Everybody, when I got that Riptide, that's just the base that has no figure on it. Like the figure was just completely missing, wasn't even included in the lot. Everybody's like, we call it like the Riptide coin. Like everybody just wanted that. Everybody wanted the base. Oh yeah, I'd buy that. I buy that. I buy that. And no one ever contacted me about it. It's up for sale now. No one's bidding on it. Like, did you really want it, or were you just saying that? I don't know. Magic Element, me too. I think that probably make the most sense. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the possibilities are just built in right there. See, I don't follow Amiibo close enough to know. Yeah, first wave gets reordered. Sure, yeah, I'll take your word for it. Yeah, Quentin, I probably did get it in a lot with the head Infinity as well, but I've gotten a few with Infinity now. Yeah, scalpers are a pain in any collectible industry. Well, in any industry, but collectibles in particular. Yeah, so I'm assuming you're referencing Amiibo with this, Blue Fan. Like, yeah, they're no fun. They're no fun. Thankfully, with like a inactive franchise like Skylanders, there's not quite as many scalpers because they're not getting new product anymore. They can't go buy it in the store. They can't pre-order it. Thank you, Aaron. Have a good night. Indigo, I understand. I understand. Um, I mean, ultimately, this is a hobby for everybody, right? I mean, well, it's a business for me, but it's a hobby for most people, and so it's not. It shouldn't be high on your list of things to spend money on. Like, take care of the necessities first. Take care of your family and your bills, and if you want to go to college or whatever, yeah, take care of all that stuff first. I totally get it, but availability sold out immediately. Scalpers, yep. Really? So Doulahan, do you follow Amiibo Jason and over at Nintendo Wire? Like, if you because I still see him post from time to time when new figures are coming out and when restocks come out and stuff like that. If you follow him on Twitter in particular, um, like I still see him post the links when stuff goes or comes back in stock or goes up for pre-order. Um, and I think that's going to be some of your best chances to get stuff. So I I would maybe follow him if you haven't yet. I think probably, yeah. Um, that'd be my best bet. Yeah, Jason is good about reporting exactly. I know Jason personally, and like he's a good guy, and he does his job very well for the Amiibo community. Like, he, back in the day, like the reason I got to know him is because, well, partly because we're both in Wisconsin, um, but partly because um, we were both, reporting on Toys to Life stuff, and especially when we had the crossover with Skylanders and Amiibo, like we did some collaborations on Supercharged stuff because he knew nothing about Skylanders, and there was the crossover, and so we went and played. So yeah, um, get any scalpers on the store yet? I Not that I know of. I mean, potentially, I suppose people could buy stuff at my prices and try to resell it for higher, but that's part of the reason, like, I don't sell Robo for $50 because, yeah, then a scalper would jump on that and sell it for 300. Um, like that's why, like, my pricing starts somewhere in the middle, like cheaper than eBay, but not so cheap that, like, I try to cut off the profit margin for a scalper, right? Um, so I mean, yeah, they still, in theory, someone could buy something for $10 on my site and sell it for 20 somewhere else if they find the right buyer. I You can do that just about anywhere though. So, um, like, I don't feel my prices are low enough that scalpers would care. I also don't think too many people know about my site yet or my shop. Um, Seems to be a bot system the scalpers use and immediately buy up any amiibo that goes live. So yeah, like, I know, I guess they haven't implemented it for amiibo yet since it's like not a high dollar item usually. But I just feel like they figured out ways to limit scalpers with like the PS5 and Xbox systems. So why don't they implement that for other stuff that sells out in 2 seconds? Just a thought. I mean, they have the system, they have the technology. Why not just roll it out for other things that sell out immediately like that? Um, Scalping should be illegal. Yeah. I mean, Yeah. I guess I'm not even gonna try to defend that. It sucks. It sucks, it really does. I I do not currently have a bot on my website to stop bots. Um, the closest thing I have is on the auctions. Like I said, I have what is called a soft close, and so anytime a bid is placed within the last minute of an auction, it actually adds another minute to the timer. So these auctions can go into overtime, and so that prevents any sniping that you would see on eBay. So even if someone would try to use a bot, like it shouldn't work. Like I mean, they just keep bidding it higher and higher and higher because the timer would keep extending. Even if they bid at the last second every time, it would just keep adding another minute. So um, yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's a huge need for a bot on my site yet. I mean, if I get bigger, maybe, but not at that point yet. You do follow him? Awesome. Yeah. That honestly blows my mind that the amiibo craze is still kind of there. Like it's been around for years and like why are they not just producing more product? Or if they are, like I mean, yeah, why aren't like I guess stores don't really care. Well, okay, Nintendo doesn't care because all the stores are buying their products, so Nintendo's getting their money. The stores don't care because they're selling all their products, so they're getting all their money. And they're happy. And so then it's just collectors. So, like you're too far down the food chain. I should see, do you think I could buy Amiibo wholesale? I wonder what that takes. That would be interesting if I could get my hands on some Amiibo wholesale and when new stuff comes. Like I'm sure they only sell to major retailers at this point, but that would be interesting. I could get even just like one case of figures. I could try to help out, but I don't know. Martin, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Even if you are a little bit late, you have to be on every website's page minutes the minute the pre-orders go live, or just hope they're restock. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like they worked out all these systems for like when the PS5 was having problems getting in stock, and maybe it still is. I haven't tried to buy a PS5 in a while because I got mine. Um, but like they worked out all these systems for yeah, they would announce when things are coming, and then there'd be you'd basically have to wait in line online, and you could potentially get one, or you had to, you know, they had ways of preventing bots, and they had ways of like they still sold out quickly, sure, but people could still average people could still get their hands on things, um, and then they would like add more inventory every 10 minutes, and like just space it out so it's give you more opportunities to get it. So like I don't understand why they don't implement some of that technology with Amiibo, but Jindigo, I yeah, I understand. Um, a lot of that stuff is out of stock right now, probably. Like my stock, I realized is kind of getting low. Maybe for the earlier games there is a little bit more stock, but no, even like my swappers are getting kind of low. Um, but like I said, I have like 5 or 6 orders coming in, and they're all bigger orders. Like someone commented last week that all my orders recently have been small, and it's true. Because like I had a ton of stock on my shelves, and so I wasn't buying a lot. But now my boxes are actually starting to get a little bit empty. So next week is going to be a really fun week because I'm going to have a lot of stuff coming in, and it's not all just your usual stuff either. Like it's going to be a fun week. It's going to be a fun week. You need to create an outro for me. I Okay. I don't know exactly what that would look like or what that would entail, but sure. Green Studios, you haven't really missed much. We're just chatting, watching the auctions end. This is my Saturday stream towards the end of the auctions. If anybody has questions about how auctions work or um, about the items that are up for auction, like we had who was it? Oh, was Jindigo was looking at Bushwhack. Wanted to see more precisely where the damage was, what was wrong with it. So if you have any questions about stuff, just let me know. Is Pinata rare? Um, I I say yes. That's why I charge $40 for them on my site. Um, that is my general guide to is something rare. Well, how much do I charge for it? Um, so in my opinion, yes, Pinata is pretty rare and pretty popular. So he gets a high price tag. It's like I said, right up there. I think pretty much right up there with like chaos. Not super easy to find, but everybody wants them. If I started selling amiibo on the regular, I'd be buying every chance you get. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Speaking of stocks, that's some pretty new. Yeah. So yeah, I've definitely gotten more Nitro Magna Charge than Nitro Freeze Blade, but it has popped up a couple of times. Yeah, I have. I think I've only sold one or two though. Here, I can find out. I can find out. Let's do this. Um, go check out my analytics, products, and we'll figure out just year to date and oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all. What happened? Here we go. Oh, okay, that's what happened. Click down another tab. Okay. Um, we were talking about freeze blade. So nitro. Come on. My system's acting up a little bit. Sorry. I know you can. Yes, there are products. What are you doing? What are you doing to me? Um, hmm, well, that's weird. Well, it's not going to make this easy for me right now. um, why do you the way you're supposed to? That's weird. Okay, I can't get an answer for you right now. I've sold a couple of them. Yeah. Um, Yeah, yeah. So yeah, exactly. It's not super hard to find. It just hasn't been in lots that I've been buying, but it does pop up once in a while. Maybe 1 week every 3 months, just a small unboxing of very rare stock only. Maybe. So Martin, one of the other things I'm thinking about doing is um like the auctions have done well the first 2 weeks because I had those high dollar items, I feel. Um Now this week, most of you know I got the two flocked items. You'll see the one I'm keeping here up on my shelf. Flocked springtime trigger happy. You also got white flocked eruptor. Now I have Eruptor listed up on the shop right now for 125. No one's bought it yet. It's still available. Um, Now my thought process is, if that's still there in a week or two, well, maybe I mean, it's a high dollar item, so maybe it's just going to take a little while to sell. That's part of it. But if it doesn't sell in 2 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that, maybe that's something I take and say, hey, let's just put this in the auction and see what happens. And maybe that's how I handle some of those more rare items. Like we discussed that initially. Like, is that going to be an auction item? I'm like, no, no, no. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm just going to throw it in the shop. Um, I honestly thought that would be more appealing to people if I put it in the shop instead of putting it up for auction. Um, and that way, like the SCL VIP folks could use their discount on it because they can use their discount in the shop, but not on auction items. Um, but it's only been 24 hours or whatever. It hasn't sold. So it's not a huge deal yet. Um, but that may be the way something like that goes. And that may be how I, insert one rare item into the auction block every week. Maybe. We'll see. If nobody bids on Barkley, you may PM me. Okay. I'll be waiting. I mean, obviously if nobody bids on it, but if all the figures I don't have from SSA through SSF include metallic, I'm looking at 91 figures. Well, Jindigo, an order of 91 figures would hold the record for largest um, order at this point. I I don't think I've put together an order quite that big for anybody yet. I had one today that was 53 items. That was a very large order. I actually broke it up into two boxes because I didn't have a box that comfortably fit all of the pieces. Like there were a lot of superchargers vehicles in there, and those take up a lot more room. And so uh, I couldn't fit it all in one box. So I actually split it. Um, the I think I've had a few others that are around 50 items as well. But I don't think I've had one as big as 91 figures. So that would be a lot. Wolf Shadow, tomorrow is not the day because tomorrow is Sunday and I will not be getting anything tomorrow. But I do have some that are currently scheduled to arrive on Monday. So here's hoping. Like that would be great to see. Um, oh, hold on just a moment. I'm working on another deal. I need to check this. All right. Hold on just a second. I need to pay for another order. This is great television, I'm sure. All right. Make payment. Go. Hey. And there we go. The good news is this is more Skylanders, so this will be fun. It's related, I promise. Um, and go. Wait, nope, nope, nope. Back up, back up, back up. Wow. Okay, that was close. Payment sent. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. Um, so yeah, I'm planning to get a number of packages on Monday, one or two packages on Monday, and then the rest of them should be spread throughout the week. So there will be, like I said, it should be a good week. Really? I mean, we saw chaos traps everywhere. Were there really chaos figures everywhere? I mean, chaos doesn't feel like he's that common right now. Um, but yeah, I have chaos and pinata both listed for $40, I think, on the site. So I don't know if I mean, that's great if you had that many chaos figures in your store, but I don't remember seeing that many, and they're definitely not that plentiful right now. Yeah, Jindigo. That's the thing. It's like I keep on saying I got to get the word out about the shop. Like it's great for all the early adopters that are here, and you're getting good deals and getting everything right when it gets in the shop if you want it. Um, but there are so many more people out there still collecting and still playing the game that have no idea that I sell any of this stuff. So, um, Pumpkin Eyebrow, welcome, welcome. Martin, the it's the sidekick Barkley here. He's damaged, missing half a horn there. That one's up for auction tonight. That's the Barkley we were talking about. Jindigo, I can't say for sure what time on Monday. It all depends when the packages arrive. So, I usually the if it comes USPS through the postal service, I usually get it a little bit on the earlier side. So maybe around like 1 p.m. Central Time. Um, FedEx is who knows when they're going to arrive. UPS is usually later in the day, but sometimes they show up early, and I just can't count on it for sure, unless I would say, hey, I'm going to stream at 7 o'clock at night. then it should be here. And I don't want to do that. Um, Partly because I don't like waiting to open the packages, and partly because I don't think that's the best time to stream. Like I said, we have a fairly large international audience, and it usually does better for them if I stream earlier. Um, we've already seen a few people here, jump on and off just to say hi because it's super late for them. Here we are at six to 8 p.m. on a Saturday night Central Time, and so like that doesn't really make sense to do that on a regular basis. I don't think so. I can't give you an exact time. It's usually early to mid afternoon, like 1 p.m., 3 p.m., somewhere around there, Central Time. Um, but no guarantees. Cortex showed it up today. Nice. Nice, nice. Star Wars Teen, thanks for stopping by. You're watching in VR. I have to type on a laptop. I hope you're really good at typing, Yoshi. Appears you're doing all right so far. But watching in VR, does it look different? Does it look like I'm really there? That's gotta be weird. I don't know. Let's see here. You're letting me choose what you do first: grind levels for Bowser Jr. amiibo or your Crom amiibo. I go Bowser Jr. Yeah, definitely Bowser Jr. Better put shortcut up on the shelf right now, or else I will steal all your tree Rexes. If you want to steal all my tree Rexes, go right ahead. I'll have plenty more. Plenty more. More votes for Bowser Jr. I like it. Jinigo, yeah, I'm sorry. I try not to play on my phone during the streams too much, but once in a while, there's some stuff that needed attention. Played Skylanders with your dad yesterday. Awesome. Glad to see that people are still playing. Interesting. Their worst buy video, they complain about the amount of chaos. Huh. Wait, complain which direction? Like there wasn't enough or there was too much? Yoshi, that I just realized that could go either way. Just complaining about the amount. One to bid on the head rush, so just so it's bought. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice, Joseph. What Sensei figure was flooded in your store when Imaginators first came out? I would say probably like Tri-Tip, because I think Tri-Tip was wave one, and then there was also the legendary Tri-Tip at Toys R Us. Like that, there was just a lot of them, and most people didn't get both, and most people didn't even like Tri-Tip, so he just kind of stuck around. So every time they opened a new case, he got 2 or 3 more Tri-Tips, and that was my experience. Now, I have learned throughout collecting Skylanders and reporting on Skylanders, this varies region to region. And I don't just mean like the US and Europe and Australia. I mean state to state within the US even, and city to city within the states. Sometimes for inexplicable reasons, some figures just sold better than others in different cities, in different states. They usually started out with the same amounts of stuff, especially at like major chains. Like a Walmart store most Walmart stores got, you know, 2, 3, 4 cases of wave 1. Put them out on the shelves. Now what's there after a week or 2? It's gonna be different in every store you go to. So, I don't know. Didn't have any issue finding chaos. We see that's the thing, like, I don't feel I had any issues finding figures either, but I also bought everything as soon as it released. Um, and if that meant, you know, buying it off of Amazon, I did that. If they were the first one to have the listing up. Um, so like I got Spotlight and Blackout and Echo right away. I got, you know, Chaos right away. I got Robo right away. Like I was watching the stores every day as soon as Robo started coming out on the West Coast, and then hit my store and I grabbed him. So like I don't feel that I had a tough time finding anything. Um, but it's I don't know. It's all in how you frame it sometimes. Got an inbox starter pack for 3DS with Bowser for $12. Nice. I mean, Bowser will probably cost you $12 nowadays. So get the game along with it. Have you played all the 3DS games, Joseph? Like the 3DS games are always different. And well, if you're talking about Bowser, so was that would have been Superchargers Racing then, wasn't it? Still a decent game, but definitely different. All right, what are we at? 712. How are these auctions doing? Has anything changed? Is anyone that Jindigo, that's exactly where I was going. Um has anyone bid on the damage figures yet? Whoa, we got a few more bids on the mystery box. So mystery box is up to 2550. The cards get a little bit of a bidding war going on those cards. So the swap force lot of cards is up to $3. The Giants lot, which is only 5 cards, unfortunately, that's all I had right now, is up to $1.50. Pikachu is still at 650. Not seeing any bids on damaged stuff. The Tropical Rescue and Forest Siege discs for Disney Infinity are still at $1 a piece. Stitch is still at $1. No bids, no bids, no bids. Pumpkin Eyebrow is still at 1150. Ooh, the Midnight Moon Dragon got a bid. Yay! The dragon found a home. That's what I like to see. See, this is what makes me happy is when little things like this find homes. So yeah, Midnight Moon Dragon got a bid there at $4, the opening bid. And just double check the rest of the damaged figures here. Yeah, the ones from last week, Head Rush, Gil Grunt, Snapshot, and Star Strike still have no bids. So no bids on damaged figures yet. But a lot of other stuff is finding some homes. So that's good to see. And I'm really curious about the mystery box. Like that's doing honestly better than I expected. So I'm glad to see people are interested in that. Sevenfold. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. Right as you sent the message, I didn't even see that. But yeah. Yeah. Midnight Moon Dragon sold. Um, okay. Yoshi here. You weren't here for the first part. We were talking almost exclusively about the mystery box. So yeah, the mystery box, if you click on it and read the actual description, I tell you, I guarantee that it'll have at least $50, a $50 value based on the prices of the figures in my shop. So, um, Yeah, it's a $50 total value of whatever figures I decide to put in it. Um, and obviously that can change at any time. 'Cause like I said, I made an initial list of what I'm gonna put in it this week, but I haven't actually removed those items from inventory. And so, like, I just had an order come in, um, while we were doing this stream. And so, like, if the items in this order made something on my list go out of stock, well, I have to pick a new item then. Um, but that's why I'm not guaranteeing like a specific number of items or anything like that. I'm just guaranteeing a specific value, and so you will know there will be at least if you were to buy these items in the shop by themselves, it would cost you at least $50. And so I think that that's the best way to go about it and give you some idea of, you know, what the value is, and so what you might want to bid if you're getting good deal or not. Um, yes, the Series 4 Spyro. Yeah, so eventually we might have to name this like Lord Chaos's Mystery Box of Doom or Box of Mystery and Doom. AKA the April Fool's box. Yeah. Um, so we were talking about the April Fool's box because people were asking, like, well, okay, are you just gonna send me a full whole box of Tree Rex? And like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Um, I want to make the mystery box fun. I want it to be something that people are actually interested in buying. And I want it to be something, like I said, I always try to put myself in your shoes. That's how I price figures in the first place. That's how I ship figures. That's how I package things, right? I package them in a way that if I received that package, I would be happy about it. You've probably heard me complain about the way some people package things that they send me. I'm not always happy about it. Um, so with the mystery box as well, I want it to be something that if I were to buy a mystery box, I'd be happy with it. So it's not going to have duplicates. It's not going to be a box full of Tree Rex. It's not going to be a box full of Stealth Elf. Um, it's going to be a variety of figures that some are gonna be cheaper, yes. I mean, I'm not gonna deny it. It's gonna be a way for me to get rid of some of the cheaper figures that I have too many of. Yes, I will include some of them, but that's not gonna be the entire box. It's not I'm not even gonna say, "Okay, what are all the 99-cent figures that I have in the shop? Will you get one of each of them and call it a day?" No, I'm not gonna do that either. So it's gonna be a variety of, different pieces from the shop and some cheaper, some more expensive. But we talked about, could it just be one $50 figure? And I said, yeah, it could be. Um, First of all, I don't think I have a $50 figure in the shop right now, so it's not going to be this week. Um, and I also think that even if I did include a $50 figure, I would feel bad about just sending out one figure in a mystery box. And so I would include a few other figures. They'd probably be on the cheaper side, yes, but it'd at least fill out the box a little bit, right? So, like, I think the value is the most important thing there, and it's always gonna be there. But the April Fool's box, like we were talking about too, is like, that's where I might include, 10 Tree Rex, 10 Stealth Elf, and I don't know. I'll figure it out when we get there. I have a few months to think about that one. Martin, maybe, maybe. That we could potentially discuss that if you have something in mind and if that Raptor doesn't sell. So I do sometimes wonder how many people wait till Saturday to put in their order because they think, oh, I might want to win some auction items and then I'll put in the rest of my order with that. So who knows? Maybe it'll go today. like to know the story behind that. Ah, rip tide. I I mean, things happen, man, especially if you have kids and pets. I I have never personally broken a figure of mine. However, I do have a broken figure because um years ago my 2-year-old nephew came to visit, and what did he do? I'm like, "Yeah, you can play with the figure, sure." But a 2-year-old playing with the figures was, "Throw this one over my head, throw this one over my head, throw this one over my head," and laugh about it. And unfortunately, like, most of them held up just fine, but then, he got to Gusto, and that's when Gusto's boomerang fell off. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. Might get the April Fool's box for your birthday if you really want to. Skylanders did a cameo with another video game franchise. What Skylander would you want to show up? So, like we've discussed this a little bit in the realm of like Skylander should be in Smash Brothers, right? That's the easiest crossover that makes sense. Um, and now he's not a Skylander, but I think we can all agree that Chaos would be fantastic in Smash Brothers. Um, but as far as which one would I like to show up, I mean, probably one of my favorites. Like, I mean, it'd be great to see Camo somewhere else, or Rattle Shake, or Shortcut. Punk Shock would be an interesting addition somewhere, I think. I don't know. There's also they have so many characters. There's so much you could do, but they just don't, or won't, or can't, or I don't know. I'd love to hear if other people have suggestions on that though, especially if it wasn't Smash Brothers. Like, what character would you like to see just show up in another video game? Treason, will it be possible to buy Mystery Box straight up at some point? So yeah, like that was originally what I was planning on doing before I had the idea for the auctions. Um, but the problem with that was always like, well, what do I price it at? Like, what seems reasonable? What are people actually going to pay? And so that's something that these auctions are actually going to help me with, to see what people are willing to pay for a mystery box. So I think maybe once after a couple weeks, like I don't want to guarantee it at this point, but I think on most weeks, especially slower weeks like this where I don't have high dollar items, you can probably expect a mystery box. And so these next few weeks will give me a better idea of what people are willing to pay. If it is, $25, or here, let's refresh this and see if it's still is it still 25? Yeah, 25.50. Um, like, is that on average what people are willing to pay? Pay $25 for a $50 mystery box? And then I have my price point, right? Or if it goes up to 30, and like every week it kind of stalls at that 25 to 30 range. Well, yeah, then maybe it's still 25 is that price point. Or maybe it is a $30 price point, and say, well, watch out in the auctions. Maybe you can get one for cheaper. Um, yeah. So but that's the other thing too, is if I put it up as a regular item, um, like that kind of caps out the auctions then too, right? So if I start listing mystery boxes at $25 in the shop, why would anyone ever bid to $30 in an auction for something they can get for 25? So I have to be careful with that too. So I would imagine on a limited basis, because I can't just have unlimited number of mystery boxes. That would I mean, I could, but that would be, a lot of work. Um, but yeah, I could see me offering up, say, "Hey, this week only, we're gonna have 5 mystery boxes for sale in the shop. Get them now or they're gone." Um, so yes, that I think there is a possibility of them showing up in the shop, but not as a regular thing like that. Yoshi, yeah, 30 tree wrecks in a blackout. I could see that. I mean, that would also be a great April Fool's box. But I could, I mean, I think people might put up with 30 tree wrecks if they got a blackout. So I've thought about that too, doing mystery boxes by game or something like that. But I I think leaving it more wide open helps with the mystery, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, good idea for VR Skylanders. Have a virtual collection you can grab off the shelves. Physical figures in VR and on a screen. Skylanders collection simulator. Hey man, if we can get a goat simulator, I think we can do Skylanders collection simulator. Some of the simulator games that are out there are just so ridiculous. It'd be interesting, yeah. If not Chaos, then Glumshanks. Made a me character of Chaos and put him in Smash. Interesting. Do you have like a video of that? I'd love to see how that turned out. Micanoid. Uh, I guess if you do, send me a link. I'd love to see that. Double Trouble, cool and Smash. I could see that. Yeah. Yep. You see, yeah, like Spyro and Smash would also be like he's the name people know, and like even more than Chaos. And so I think he'd probably be the first one to go to Smash, but I don't know. Martin, I I've wondered that too. Like I'm not going to move to London, but um I've talked about it before. I I would love to have international locations. Like if I get someone in Europe, if I get someone in Canada and I get someone in Australia, I can cover a whole lot of ground with just those locations. But then they'd all like need their individual um, inventories of figures and need to pay the people to do it, and it gets a lot more expensive. So I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Could see Chop Chop, sure. An idea for VIPs, they could send me their collection and send a mystery box based on ones they don't have. Interesting. I think that cuts down. I mean, but that I mean that would severely limit what I could put in the box then, especially if it had to be all just stuff they didn't have. Um, and I mean, eventually get to the point too where like I'm on. If someone sends me their list and it's like, well, yeah, I don't have any of the stuff you don't have. What do I do then? Just send them a box of stuff they do have, and then, well, sorry, that's what you paid for. That's all I got. Like, I like the thought, but I think the execution could be tough on that one. Quick, I need this from the crowd too. Best quick shot sensei. Who are our quick shots? It's been so long. I don't remember which ones are which. Because that's like, what is that? Tide Pool and um shot. You can tell me who's in here. Oh, is it? Wait, crankcase, Tide Pool. Are they the only two quick stops? They can't just be those two, can they? This is the page I need to put on my site. Um, there's got to be a third one, isn't there? It is just Tide Pool and crankcase. Wow. Okay. Well, Doulahan has a vote for Tide Pool. I actually kind of like crankcase from what I remember. I don't know that I've played that much with Tide Pool just because I got her later, much later. She's a late release, so I didn't get a bunch of that. So my initial vote would go towards crankcase, but that's why I asked for help from the audience. Camel or Bumble Blast? Ooh. So Bumble Blast has been growing on me. I really do like Bumble Blast, but Camel's my guy. Like, I have a hard time voting against Camo. So I'd probably still go Camo. But Bumble Blast, that's a tough choice. On the auctions, do boxes in multiple sizes. Interesting. I could. I could do something like that. Or or maybe the the auction boxes are bigger and like I do a smaller mystery box in the shop. So say like maybe the box in the shop is only guaranteed like $30 value, sell it for, 15 or 20, and then the auction box is still a $50 value. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I will have to think about that a lot. Cousin is giving away Skylanders. What? Man, yeah, well, good job. Good job rescuing those Skylanders, even the broken ones. Yeah, exactly. If you know what game it was from, it kind of gets rid of the mystery. Yep, I'm kind of in that camp too. It just narrows the figures too much. And Imaginator's mystery box, yeah. But that's the thing. Imaginator's mystery box with like a $50 value would be like 3 figures. I mean, unless it was all Golden Queen and Kingpin. Um, yeah, Flashwing is one of your faves. Awesome. Yes, it's one of my wife's favorites too. She has multiple Flashwings. Yeah. One more Post Giants would have been nice. I mean, we got Light Core Flashwing technically. So we had Flashwing, Jade Flashwing, and then Light Core Flashwing and Swap Force. So technically, we did get one Post Giants, but would have been nice to get like a Series 2, a true Series 2. How about 49 T-Rex and a UFO card? Yeah, once again, I think, well, I think that would be a tougher sell than like Blackout because the UFO card, while it is collectible and some people want it, I don't think everybody wants it, and it's not a figure you can play with. So, um, I think that'd be a little bit tougher sell, but still, I'd be okay with it. Yeah, there, there you go. There you go. You caught on. I'm just behind on the comments here. Yeah, exactly. If we could just combine all your ideas there, the only figure you're missing is Robo. So if they buy a mystery box for $20, am I going to give them a Robo? Well, first of all, I probably don't have one, but yeah, not going to work. What about Buckshot? No, Buckshot is what are the names of the things? Um, Sensei classes. He is a bow slinger. There we go. Bow slinger. That's what I'm. Yeah, like I knew he had a bow. Couldn't think of the word. Yeah, Sevenfold's got it there. Rattleshake. So Martin, we're talking about. I mean, he would be a quick shot if he were in Imaginators for sure. We're just talking about Imaginators though with the battle classes. The quick shot battle class. There's just Tidepool and Dr. Crankcase. Okay, quick shot and bazooka only have 2 each. And even then they're messed up because Chompy Mage is a bazooka? Come on, man. It's official. Head Rush is out of here. We get some more bids. All right. Quick recap. So our Mr. Box still at 25.50. Oh, the card, man. You guys really going after those cards. So the Swap Force card lot is still at $3, but the Giants card lot is at 250. I mean, I like it, that might not seem like a big deal, but you got to remember it's 5 cards. It's just 5 cards. Somebody really wants them. 2 people really want them apparently. Pikachu's still at 650. The Infinity discs at $1 a piece. Stitch is still at $1. Pumpkin Eyebrow is still at 11.50. Midnight Moon Dragon at $4. And where is it? Oh, there it is. Head Rush. Head Rush did get a bid at $1 there. Thank you, Joseph. I'm assuming that's you. I could look it up. I haven't looked it up yet. But yeah, I'm assuming since you mentioned it, you unless you were just keeping a very close eye on Head Rush. But yeah, Head Rush has a bid at $1. The first damaged figure to get a sale this week. Jindigo, yes. Yes, yes. Quick Draw is my favorite. I don't know if you knew that and you said that just to get me started, but a lot of folks on here who have watched me regularly know I go I go off for where is he? Right here. Quick Draw Rattleshake. The best in-game variant of the entire series. Hands down. Like that figure looks so good. I would just warn you, do not activate his soul gem because it turns him purple and gets rid of the amazing coloring they put on the figure. So um, I would not recommend that. But yeah. Yeah. It's true. Headrest just needs some glue, good as new. I that's why I always try if I have the parts for them, I include the parts. Sometimes I just don't have the parts. But a lot of the damage figures, I guess a lot of them this week are missing parts. Like, yeah, Gil Grunt, I don't have the harpoon. Prison Break, I don't have his arm. Um, the Star Strike is actually all there. It's just it comes in 2 pieces, and the light core feature doesn't work anymore, but still works otherwise. It's true. Headrush doesn't have a huge fan base. Thank you, Joseph. Fair enough. I mean, if you like purple, I put the soul gem on your standard Rattleshake if you wanted to turn purple. Quick Draw just looks too good. You can't get rid of the purple. Or, I mean, you can't turn him purple. Don't turn him purple. You do like Indigo. Quick shot Rattleshake gets hit. You lose the purple skin for a bit. Yeah, so just get hit constantly, Mike Noid. Yeah, that great plan. Great plan. Got infinite food too. All right. We got 20 minutes left. We're almost to the end of this thing. This time has actually flown by for me. I don't know about you, but it's flown by for me. Um, so good conversation tonight, folks. Thanks for hanging out. I mean, as always, remember to hit that subscribe, smash that subscribe button, and hey, smash hit the like button or slam bam. We haven't quite determined what that was yet. Yeah, Martin, I've thought about that too. Like, do I wanna do them every week? Like, I don't think I do. I I don't think I wanna have them there every week. I think I want to be a little bit of a special item. It's like, "Hey, we got a mystery box this week." Um, Pumpkin Eyebrow, see ya. Thanks for stopping by. Um, so like that is something like I think I'm gonna have to do them for the next couple weeks because I don't have anything else right now. Unless, like I said, like the white flocked eruptor, like if that's still around, like maybe I could do that. I could do that even next week, if it's still here. Um, but those would almost have to be like last minute additions to make sure they didn't sell, or if I have them listed in the shop, that is. I guess I could withhold them from the shop. Um, but yeah, I don't think I want to do a mystery box every week. And like I said, even if I put them in the shop, it'd be for like it would be a very limited amount, and it'd probably be for a limited time only. Um, but ultimately, I mean, I think they are a good way for me to get rid of some figures. So speaking of color variations, got a question about the variants in Trap Team Villain Quests. Okay. Um, yes, it's basically just a color variation. Um, do they get a little bit stronger? I don't recall. It's been a while since I've dealt with the upgrades. It, someone else can help me out here. I'll answer the rest of this question though. Can you change it back to normal? No, which is very unfortunate because once again, I feel that the original versions look a lot better than the evolved versions after you do the villain quest. Um, I feel that once you have completed the quest, it should be like a color change option. Like you should be able to switch between the two. Like it's a costume. Like you unlock a costume. That's what it should be. You unlocked a costume for your villain now. You can switch between the two. But no, once you've unlocked it, you're stuck with it. If you really don't like it, what you could do is just trap that villain in a different trap. Um, but how does it work with variant traps like steamed broccoli guy? So like steamed broccoli guy, you can still complete the villain quest with him, but his appearance will not change. So he will always look like steamed broccoli guy. So that part I feel they kind of got right. It's a little unfortunate. Like if that's the only um, trap you have is a villain a variant trap, and so you can never see the evolved version of broccoli guy if you only had the steamed broccoli guy trap. Um, but for most people, that's not the case. So, uh, yeah, I would say, I mean, traps are pretty cheap nowadays. So invest in a secondary trap if you're interested. But yeah, the villain variant traps, I think were done right. Um, or at least better than the regular traps. So that the variant status is tied to the trap, and you can never lose that villain variant. So like take the steamed broccoli guy trap for instance. You could put a sheep creep in that trap, and then later you could put broccoli guy back in the trap, and it would still appear as steamed broccoli guy. Like you don't lose that variant. Um, you can use it as a normal trap as much as you want, but there you go. Did someone buy the bouncer? Yeah, we were talking about that. Bouncer was there. Well, he was one of the original test items that we had, and he didn't sell there. He didn't sell in the first week of auctions, but he sold last week. So that was my example of why I keep relisting items, is because yeah, sometimes it's just the right people, or they feel bad for him. He hadn't sold, so um, they pick him up after a couple weeks, or whatever the case may be. But What are your 2 favorite villains? I That's a tough one. Um, I've always said I loved Hoodsickle. That's why I was very thankful that they made him, a figure later on. So Hoodsickle's good. Um, I know there's at least one other villain I always like playing it. Oh, Chompy. Let's just say Bone Chompy in particular. I like Bone Chompy. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, extended timer. Okay. Yeah. So it's very much worth evolving them. Like I remembered that much. Like there was a reason I wanted to complete the quests, and it wasn't just to complete the quests. But yeah, for the extended timer and damage boost, yeah. But like I said, like if you really don't like it, like y- use another trap. So you can say you've completed the quest, but um, I don't know. It really should have been an outfit, a color swap. Make it like because like I said, I mean they have the menus built for it already, right? They have a menu where you can go into your character and change their hats and change the trinkets and all these other things for your Skylander. So why couldn't they just say, "Hey, if you have a villain in the trap, press the pause button and go and change their color scheme." That'd be nice. Airship, welcome. Yeah, we haven't seen you in a while. Joseph, I do you think Astroblast is underrated? I don't know. I haven't played a lot with him, and I think that was because I didn't care for his playstyle as much, which seems weird because I think he's a little bit more of a ranged guy. That's usually in my wheelhouse. Um, but I don't like I always kind of ripped on the light and dark figures because I didn't really like the light and dark figures that much. Now I have found some I've liked since like I enjoy Spotlight. I don't care for Blackout. Um, I like Nightfall, but I don't think I like Astroblast. I love Hoodsickle and Starcast. Aurora was okay, but eh, don't really see them included in lots. Haven't really looked for them specifically. Would you ever consider selling the Battlecast cards? So, here's my quick spiel about Battlecast cards. Yes, I would consider selling them. If I ever got them in lots, I would definitely sell them off because I have my collection of Battlecast cards. Um, my problem with Battlecast cards, part of the reason I said, "Hey, yeah, I can sell individual Skylanders," is because I knew there were only 600 of them, and so I I just came away from selling singles of a TCG, a trading card game called Light Seekers, where I had thousands of cards to deal with, like thousands of unique cards. Um, and not only does that make the site difficult to handle, um, but it is it's just a lot more inventory to keep track of. And unfortunately, where Battlecast is right now, like it's not an active game. You can't even play the game. The rules for physical were awful, and they have now been deleted since they got rid of the Skylanders site. Um, so it's I don't think there's a huge demand for them. And so it's not something I would readily like buy into and say, "Hey, yeah, I'm going to stock these." I think it would be more along the lines of, "Hey, I got a bunch of Battlecast cards in a lot. They're going to go up on auction." kind of like I'm doing with the Skylanders trading cards right now. Um, there is there are a few people that are interested in them, but not enough for me to take the time to list them all individually on the website. They don't have enough value for that. So if I get them, yes, I'll sell them, but I don't think I'm going to go out and buy some intentionally just because I don't think the audience is there. Uh, just a heads up, we got 9 minutes left in the auctions here. So if anybody wants to bid on those, I don't want to get too caught up in the conversation here and make anybody miss anything. So ooh, Barkley got a bid. Barkley did get a bid. That's cool. Oh, there. If I keep reading, decided to bid on Barkley now. There you go. Just gonna hope something I need is on sale next week. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yep. Yeah. If you're interested in the sale items, remember the sale items that are up there end today. New sale items will be up tomorrow and Sunday. And Super Busy with Work finally 100% completed SSA and Giants with all the accolades. Nicely done, Airship. That's quite a journey. Jindigo, I couldn't even begin to tell you. I have a hard enough time picking out my favorites. I really can't tell you my least favorite. I can't help you there. The one I harp on the most is Firecracken. So at least for Swap Force, I think Firecracken is going to be at the bottom of my list. I can tell you that much. I just do not care for Firecracken. Mike and Odie sent me a list. I saw something come through. I'll have to check that out later. Yeah, Joseph, I don't know. I don't remember which box that was in. I've opened far too many boxes now. I can't keep track of them. You'd have to go back and watch all the videos. That I don't know which unboxing that was in. Thanks, Tulahan. I'm glad that makes sense. Start a GoFundMe for Robo. I mean, you can try, I guess. I don't know how successful that'll be. There are a few heroic challenges I could still do in Giants, but I'm a little burnt out. It's understandable, man. Most people get burnt out after just like playing through the game and then getting a platinum trophy on PlayStation, right? Um, and then then you usually have to play through the game like 2 or 3 times. You know, once on normal, like on hard, and once on nightmare, and then another time to clean up all the stuff you missed. Usually that's enough to burn people out. Not even thinking about all the extra stuff. Oh, Joseph. Okay, the 100 card box that I sent it in, that I shipped it in. Okay, that box in particular was from BCW. It's I forget. I don't know what that stands for actually. It's a company called BCW. They deal in trading card supplies. They're based out of Indiana. Yeah. So you don't know what trophies are. You're on. Yeah. That's why I have to play on PlayStation. I love trophies. Put your treasure chest down in SSA and just says it's empty. It's unfortunate. All right, we got 5 minutes left in these auctions. Let's do a quick recap. See where we're at. 5 minutes left. The mystery box is still going up. We're up to $26.50. The card lots are at $3 and $2.50 respectively. Hey, Riptide got a bid. The Riptide coin is finding a home. I like it. I like it. Barkley got a bid. Still no bids for Cinder, Prison Break, Firecracken, or Bushwhack. Pikachu's still at $6.50. That's interesting. Uh, the playset pieces for Disney Infinity have no bids. The 2 discs are still at $1 a piece. Merida doesn't have a bid. I'm a little bit surprised with that one. Stitch has a bid. I expected him to get at least one bid there. Everybody likes Stitch, right? Mike Wazowski and Sully, nothing there. Captain Barbosa, nothing. Black Widow, nothing. Pumpkin Eyebrow is at 1150 yet. The Midnight Moon Dragon, or Series 4 Spyro, if you will. That is at $4, the minimum bid there. And nothing for Star Strike, nothing for Snapshot, nothing for Gil Grunt, and the one bid. So Head Rush is sitting at $1. So we're down to 4 minutes now. Things are coming to a close rapidly. This is going to be interesting too because I didn't like stagger anything this week. I I don't know if I need to, so this is me experimenting again. To see like I said, with the soft close and like you could bid all day if you wanted to. Just put your high bid in and let the system bid for you. So I don't think I really need to stagger them too much, especially if I don't have high dollar items out there. So um for Skystones, probably played each level at least 4 times. I didn't know who you were missing. Okay, fair enough. Did Nightmare Run? Sure, sure. There you go. Good luck on the mystery box. Airship, I'm not a huge fan of Pokemon. Like I've played, like I said, I haven't really played since I was a kid. I played like the originals that I knew. I've played all multiple times. I've played red, blue, and yellow. And then I did play silver and gold, but I haven't played anything past that. Um, so like all this newfangled stuff, all these new Pokemon that are coming out, I see them and like see these names and like you have to tell me that it's a Pokemon because that's all. Like I I can guess maybe given a strange name that it might be Pokemon, but I don't even know. So, um, yeah, a decent amount are getting finding homes for sure. I I think I was spoiled a little bit because the first week, I think all but one item sold. It was just the bouncer in week 1. I think everything else sold. Um, so I think it was a little bit of hype with first week, new auctions, nobody knew what was going on, everybody's bidding on things, it was fun. But now it's like, we'll see, we'll see. Terrified to tell a girlfriend about Pikachu amiibo? What, is she gonna steal that from you or what? Sky Supercharged. Thank you for buying that Riptide, yeah. Yeah. I like the description, I'm like, "What's the damage on this?" "Well, it's missing the figure." Oh, like, well, I don't know how else to describe it. 12 out of 26, yeah, yeah. I'm not complaining anytime like, it would just be sad if I sold 0. So anytime I'm moving something, I'm happy. Martin's a Halo Red versus Blue. Sure, sure. Alright, so we're at 8 o'clock now. Let's see if any are did all these end? The mystery box, $31. $31. Swap Force, $3. Giants cards at 250. Riptide for $1. Barkley for $2. Ended. Pikachu for 650. Yep. Just went for 1. It's looking like everything kind of ended where it was with that last update there. Yeah, $1, 11.50 for Pumpkin Eyebrow, Midnight Moon for $4. And yep, no bids on those. Had rush for $1. Yep. So I think everything was the same as at where we were at 5 minutes, except for the mystery box went up again. So let's see. Let's see. Like I'm gonna look it up now, but was the winner of the mystery box here today? Are they in the chat? I haven't looked to let's see. Um, like you don't have to reveal yourself, and I'm not gonna reveal yourself, reveal you if you don't want to be revealed. But wow, we had a lot of people bidding on that at the end. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different people. 7 different people bid on the mystery box. That's kind of cool. So that's good to know. So yeah, I mean there will definitely be more mystery boxes in the future. Um, like I said, I don't know if I'll have them. Probably not every week. I can't even guarantee if I'll have one next week. We'll find out. But that's gonna be some of the fun too, I think. So if I get a chance to try here Gold and Soul Silver remakes of Gold and Silver, okay, the best in the series, nice. I'll keep that in mind, Airship. I'll keep that in mind. Sonia, welcome. All the auctions just ended. So will the contents of the mystery box be revealed? So I I've struggled with this one a little bit. I think that I don't want to personally reveal the contents of the mystery box. I think if the winner, like I might include a note in the box, like encouraging whoever wins to maybe, do a brief live stream or take a picture and share it online or something like that. Um, but I don't want to force anybody to. And I like the idea of, it's a secret. It's a secret. And if you want to find out what's in the mystery box, you should buy one yourself and find out what you might get. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Staggering might be a good idea for future auctions if it was multiple items. Doulahan, I duly noted. Um, I personally, I think this is part of the one of the nice things about one of the nice things about the soft close is that if you really want to hold out to the last minute and bid on auctions last minute, like you put in a bid in the last minute, it extends the auction by a minute, and so then that already starts to stagger things a little bit, right? Um, and I haven't seen too many instances where people are like scrapping for 6 auctions at once and need to be jumping around. The other thing I would suggest, I need to I should test this out myself to see what it looks like on the back end or on the front end. Um, where are you viewing the auctions? Because once you bid on an auction, um, it actually appears in your account. So if you go to the My Account page, there is actually a My Auctions page, and it shows everything that you're bidding on. And I know you can at least monitor them from there, and like that page updates with any new prices. I don't know that you can. I don't know if you can bid from there. Um, like I don't think you can bid directly from that page. I could be wrong on that too, but you can at least monitor all of the auctions. Um, so that might be something to explore if you're not already using that page. But yes, I will keep that in mind. And I think anytime, like I said, I have higher value items, like I've always staggered them. And I think I will continue to do that. Um, but this week I didn't feel there was too much, like I said, that people. It wasn't like the Eons Elite week where if someone wanted one Eons Elite figure, they probably wanted more than one, and so it made a lot of sense to stagger them. Um, but yeah, I will definitely keep that in mind. I will definitely keep that in mind. Thank you for giving me your input on that. All right. Girlfriend loves Pokemon. That's why you're afraid. Okay, I got you. 5550 with all the lots combined. Okay. Good to know. I mean, it's going to be the lowest total from every week. But I mean, like I said, last week we had Robo, and Robo sold for $250. So, Sony, yeah, I'm sorry you missed all the action. But, yep, always be next week, or you can watch the replay, or, I'll be around when I can. I know that this time probably works better for you over in Australia. But, um, okay, you had multiple tabs open. Yeah, check on that My Auctions page. I know um Courtney, who's been here in the past weeks. He's told me he uses that, and that's been quite effective for him to keep tabs on multiple auctions. That like he actually won 4 of the Eons Elite figures, I know, and he's the one that kind of confirmed that the My Auctions page works and it updates as it should. Um, so yeah, the anti snipe, like I said, I feel that that helps with the auctions a lot. So um, it is what it is. But yeah, currently 11 a.m. on Sunday. Crazy, crazy. All right. Well, that about wraps up this week then. So thank you all for joining me again. It's been a great stream. I hope you enjoy the auctions. We sold a lot of things. We'll have more things available for you next Saturday. I can't say exactly what it will be because we're going to have some interesting lots to open this week. And I don't know if any of these lots are going to have extra items that weren't supposed to be there that I wasn't expecting or non Skylander items. Actually, I know some of them will have non Skylander items. I just don't remember exactly what they are. So we'll see how that goes. Uh, Thank you all for hanging out. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, stump smash that subscribe button, and I will see you next week for some unboxings. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll see you then. Have a good night.